know it's going well and you can't even find your own stream. What's up, the Roy Teal 96? I'm trying to find my stream right now so I can send a link on Twitter. For some reason it's not popping up, I don't know why. Like, I saw you, the reason why I even saw you was because I'm on the live dashboard, but I'm trying to find like the actual link to the video that's streaming right now. That's what I'm trying to find. Why isn't it? Ugh. Let's see. There we go. Alright, Roy. Yeah, instead of saying your full name over and over. Okay, so stream health is okay at best right now. And to everyone who comes in who's watching this live, I do apologize, as always, if it cuts out or if it gets real glitchy and screwy. Obviously, it'd be in your best interest to let me know, and my best interest as well, when it starts doing that, so I can see if I have to fix it, like, in the middle of the game or something. I'll have to fix it and see what I can do. But okay, I have the video. Let me put a link out on Twitter. Then I have to go take a bathroom break, and then we'll be all good. We have a lot of stuff to talk about as well. Okay. Link is sent. That is on the Twitters. I will be right back, and then we'll just chat about stuff. Oh, the background noise. Is there like a little bit of like that static, like buzzing? Or are you thinking of the wind in the background? Because I can't turn that off. It's, number one, hot as hell over here. Number two, I'm not the one who turned the cooler on in the house, so everyone needs the cooler on. But when we get into playing the game, you shouldn't have to worry about it because the game audio, not that it'll be like loud, like really loud, but me talking and the game going on should overpower the wind in the background. At least the wind's not hitting the microphone. I try to make sure that the wind wouldn't hit the microphone. Yeah. What you're hearing is a combo of my little fan in my room and the cooler in the hallway. And I don't have a door. Like, I literally don't have a door, so I can't close anything or put anything up. There's no real story behind why I don't have a door. It just, the hinges are fucked and we haven't gotten them replaced. So, and the door was old anyway, so it was like shipping on the top and the bottom and shit. If I had a door, I would definitely close it, trust me. But no, unfortunately not. Alright, has anyone else joined the stream? Because I only see Roy commenting. Let's see, it's 2:34, so we have a half hour until I actually start the game again. And yeah, oh, why'd I exit out of YouTube from my phone? Let's see, I found my stream on the computer, not to find it on the phone. Let me see. Where are you, live stream? Live stream. Oh, live stream. God damn it. There we go. Okay. So now I have the stream on right here, so I can read the comments right here. Sweet. Okay. We have a lot to talk about here today. For those watching this as a video, and for Roy watching it live, since you're the only one, at least who's commenting right now. I can't tell who else is in the stream unless you guys start commenting. But we have some things to talk about regarding PaRappa and regarding Crash. Because they're the two biggest PS1 icons of days past that are gaining a lot of attention nowadays. As I'm talking and as we're streaming right now, news just broke like about a half hour ago that Cortex is now officially a Skylander. There has been some leaked artwork, I guess. Well, not artwork, let me rephrase that. There's been a leaked image, or I'm sure if it's even leaked. I don't know if Sony or Activision have outright said this, or if the image is in fact leaked, but we have some updated box art of the pack, of the big box that's the bundle for the Crash edition of Skylanders Imaginators, and included in that bundle is Crash, obviously. One other Skylander that I couldn't really make out, I really don't know who it is, but there's Cortex, and I'm like, oh, holy shit, okay. And the closer I looked, it's such a small image, and there are no individual images of Cortex himself yet. So, all you can see is just his little figurine in the box, and I'm like, okay, enhance image, and like I'm clicking the plus button, and from what I can tell, since it's a little pixelated the closer you get, as far as I can tell, his design looks to be a combination of Twinsanity, like proportion-wise and kind of facial-wise, from what I can see anyway, and the color palette of the old PS1 game, the very first game. He has yellow gloves and blue, like, boot leg dealios. His boots, I guess, are blue. And the N on his forehead is silver. And I want to say that Cortex's N was silver in Twinsanity, I believe. But it was blue in the first game. So they took bits and pieces, exactly like they did for Crash. They took bits and pieces of designs past, mainly, though, focusing on the old school designs. So like that was their like basis for the designs, and then took bits and pieces from other designs, and that's kind of like what we're doing for the fan film, and then just combining them all into one. And they don't look that bad. Crash doesn't look that bad, even though initially in my reaction video I was like, but I've had more time to think about it, obviously, and I'm like, well, now that I'm seeing more of like how Vicarious Visions is approaching all of this, I gotta admit, it's way fucking better than how Activision and whoever else designed Spyro handled Spyro in Skylanders. I'm always gonna say that, Crash, the way they're doing Crash in Skylanders, never would have guessed they would put this much care and consideration and effort, honest to God effort, into this inclusion. Thank God, because if they just fucked them over, the exact same way they did with Spyro, I would have been so disappointed and angry and just like, ugh, why? But no. It's Vicarious Visions. They worked on Crash before. That's awesome. And freaking Lex Lang, I'm pretty sure he's coming back to voice Cortex as well, seeing as there was that one Facebook post a while back before the E3 announcement. It was one of like the very last few teases, that Lex Lang himself broadcasted when he put that Facebook post out, saying that he was reprising 2 roles of cartoon characters, one of them being a doctor for a video game. Besides, I want to say it was Dr. Doom from some Marvel game. The only other doctor was Cortex. So, yeah, it's safe to say that he's probably going to come back as Cortex for this inclusion. At the same time, I think he's also going to be reprising his role as Cortex in the remasters, because I looked on Mel Winkler's IMDb page, and they credit him rumored. They have it says rumored in parentheses, but one of his roles, as of right now, for Mel Winkler, is Aku Aku in the remasters. Of course, like I just said, it's rumored, but that made me wonder, like, why didn't they ask Greg Eagles? Because Greg Eagles is, as we've already heard, returning as Aku Aku in Skylanders. So why wouldn't they get Greg Eagles to be Aku Aku in the remasters? And the weird thing is that when I looked more into it and I clicked the little Crash, Bandicoot Remastered page on IMDb for the cast and crew and all that, for voice actors, all it has, and they're all listed as rumored right now, is Jess Harnell as Crash, Lex Lang as Cortex, Debbie Derryberry as Coco, Nolan North as Engine, and Mel Winkler, the only original cast from way back in the day, as Aku Aku. So it's making me wonder, and again, they're all under rumored. None of those are true just yet. But I'm thinking like, interesting. Because one of my biggest questions was, when, like, hold on. What was the question? I'm trying to think of it right now. No. Greg Eagles is the voice of Grimm. You can totally tell. Yeah, no, it's totally Greg Eagles. Let's see. What was the question? I just had it in my head, and then my train of thought got totally derailed. Okay, my question was, will the entire cast come, like, these cast members, Debbie Derryberry, Lex Lang, Greg Eagles, Jess Harnell, will they return from playing those roles in the last 2 console Crash games for these remasters, or are they just going to rip the vocals from the other, the older cast, and just make soup up the MP3 files, make them all better and whatnot, the voice clips, and make them sound crisper and more clear, and recycle those, while rebuilding from the ground up the rest of the games? But I guess they're kind of doing both, if this is true. Again, it's all rumored, not sure. Again, this is PaRappa, I'm talking about Crash. I said that we have to talk about for both of them. So switching over to the topic at hand, and the game at hand, PaRappa the Rapper, a new anime series is going to be made. Come today's the 15th, 3 more days, which is really interesting. So what they're doing is they're doing this short 96-second long pilot episode, and they're going to see how that does and see how it all goes. And that's supposed to launch off the mini-series in October. That's what I've heard anyway. So the premiere is going to happen. The pilot will be launching on the 18th, 3 days from now. And then, depending on how that all does, they're going to really make the show take off come like October-ish. So that's what I've heard. And the one thing I'm thinking, since G-Man Rocks has told me a bunch of teases that were PaRappa related that Sony has done in the past, in the same vein as Crash, kind of made me wonder, and I said it in the discussion video about the anime, I'm like, PaRappa's getting a lot of attention. It's the 20th anniversary coming up real soon. For Japan, it's already like, it's this year. For us, it's next year. But in the same way they're doing it for Crash, is this anime Japan's way of celebrating the 20th anniversary, and say PaRappa 3 going to be the U.S. Sony's way of celebrating the 20th anniversary, make it come out next year or whatnot. I'm thinking if they do announce a new game and it's PaRappa 3, I think the best place to do it would be possibly at PSX this year, PSX 2016, if they still have it again in December like they did last year. That would be interesting. So I'm not sure. But a lot of buzz has been coming out for these two franchises, and for Crash, I couldn't be way more excited, and for the PaRappa stuff, you guys, who are huge-ass PaRappa fans, couldn't be more excited. I know G-Man is super excited. So, a lot of things happening, which is really crazy. That's kind of all I got, though, so, yeah, that's as much as I've heard. And that's the most news we've gotten as of late, which is just, super recent. Let's see, so is anyone else commenting? Mainly Roy. What is up? 3 people are watching, though. So yeah, go ahead and comment. Leave a comment so I know that you're commenting. And let's take a look at my memory card. One thing, PaRappa. The reason why is because I guess it must have been corrupted or something, so I had to format it. You guys saw that if you were tuning into the previous live stream. The PS2 was having some trouble for some reason reading my memory cards, so I got one of them to finally work, but I had to format it, and I'm like, okay, fine, if that's the sacrifice I have to make, because I got this far, then, by all means, whatever. Let's see, I'm reading some comments, sorry. The funny thing is that, yeah, I've known of PaRappa. I don't remember when I first heard of PaRappa the Rapper. It was probably quite a long-ass time ago, but I never was super interested in playing it. And if you've never heard the story, I'll say it just one more time, and I'm pretty sure I said it in the last live stream, but I'll say it here again. I only got this copy of the game because I entered G-Man's giveaway contest very last minute, like an hour before he made the video to announce the winner. And I'm the one who won. So I was like, oh, alright, holy crap, that's amazing. So that happened, and then it only took about, I want to say, 2 weeks or so for the game to come. And then I did an unboxing video on it, so, because not only did G-Man send me the game itself, but he sent me like a little sticker of Japanese PaRappa, of, the guy in the PaRappa costume. So there was that, and I still have that up on my shelf of figures and toys and such. So, yeah. Okay. I want to address something about the last live stream. So I sucked hard at the game come the first live stream. That's because it was purely blind playthrough, never touched the game like I just was describing earlier. Never touched the game, never saw much of the gameplay. Like I saw, well, okay, that's a little bit of a lie. I saw how the second game goes, so I can only assume that, oh, they look visually kind of similar, but the second game, because I watched G-Man's live stream of the second game. Visually, the second game looks way crisper, cleaner, visually better, and upgraded from this first game. That just makes sense because it was on the next big console up, and it's the sequel. You want it to look better and play better, and you have time to refine it. The first game in the franchise is always a test to see, will people like this? Will people understand this? Yada, yada, yada. And then if you make another game a sequel and make it pretty similar as you can, so that way you can keep enough familiarity as the first game. Of course you want to, like, beef it up and make it better and integrate more things and clean up more things. So I played the first game, sucked balls at it. It took me 2 hours to get to the 4th level, and, you know, I stopped the stream once I beat the 4th level, and that pissed G-Man off, because he wanted to, all this time, from us talking about the game and all that, right before I got to play it on stream, he was telling me, dude, bro, we're gonna hit the 5th level. I want to tune in so I can see you rage at the 5th level. The 5th level's gonna tear you a new one, bro. The 5th level is hell for you, man. It's going to be hell. I already know it. It's crazy. So, that's what we're here for today. We're finally, in this stream, going to beat the last 2 levels of the game. And, we'll see how hard it is. And I'm not saying that in a cocky way of, like, I'm going to beat this level, because... I don't know. I don't know how long it's going to take. And I hope that I don't rage. I had one of those determination rages in the first game. I never got angry or yelled or threw my controller. I I do tend to yell when I get super mad at a game, and I get pretty rageful, but the rage I got in PaRappa the Rapper for the first live stream was just more of like that determination, like, oh, damn it, I keep messing up. Okay, one more time, let's do this again. And I kept doing that, and then you guys were being super helpful, so I have to thank you guys one more time for the last stream, for giving me all the tips and tricks that you've been telling me. And what I came to find out from you guys telling me, and from seeing gameplay of those levels that I did after doing the live stream, was that, yeah, for this game, it's very unique in that... Oh, what's up, Frederick? Okay, so the thing I found out was, this rhythm game is very quirky. It has its own quirks. It's unique in this particular way in that you're not pressing the buttons to the beat necessarily. You just have to make PaRappa rap cleanly to the beat, since his voice clips are chopped up. Now, that was something that I took note of, that his vocals were chopped up. I just thought that, still, you press the buttons in time to the music, and he'll just rap cleanly to it. That's not totally how it goes. So it threw me off guard, and it really threw me for a loop when I first played the game. I was like, whoa, why am I doing so bad? I'm hitting the things to the beat as precise as possible. And then what I tried to do after that, when I kept failing, like, for the 5th time failing the first freaking level, I was like, okay, you know what? Let's try mashing buttons. So, the ones that were on screen, but just mashing them over and over, that didn't work. So, I was like, okay, then practicing on my downtime. And the live stream totally went off. Why did that happen? Let me go and check. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Are we good? Somebody comment if we're good, because I saw it go offline and then it went back online. I'll get back to the story in a bit, but I need to make sure that you guys hear it and that the live stream's going good. No. No, it says that it's continuing. I never know how to fix this damn thing. Okay, we're good? Okay. I don't know. Sorry. This happens. I don't know why it does, but it happens. Okay, but we're back. As I was saying earlier, I have been practicing this game on my off time. And once I finally realized that, okay, so you have to make PaRappa rap cleanly to the beat. Not so much as just press the buttons to the beat. Make him rap cleanly to the beat. Once I got that in my head that that's how the game is played, and I watched some other people, do the levels that I already did. I've seen a little bit of Stage 5, but I don't know the button inputs. I don't know how the beat really goes. I don't know a whole lot about Stage 5. So that will still be completely and utterly blind. But the more I saw of how the game was being played from the past levels that I already did, I was like, okay, so I practiced at it, and I got way, way better. So much so to the point where I tried it out a couple days ago, 2 days ago, and I beat the 4 levels within 15 minutes. All 4 in 15 minutes. One, I did not lose one time. And, I'm not bragging, I beat them first try every time, and I was like, holy shit, okay. So I hope I get that kind of look again in this stream. But yeah, so I've been practicing, hopefully, I think Stage 5 might still kick my ass if it really is as hard as G-Man says it is. So we'll see about that in just a minute. It's 2:54 in my time, so we'll get started in a little bit. Actually, you know what, I'll go ahead and start the game, but we'll stay on the menu and chat for a few more minutes, and then we'll go right ahead and get started. So let's start up the game.
You gotta do what?
I gotta believe.
think we're back now. And just in time, it's 2:58 my time. Okay, so what I had to do was lower, for some stupid reason, I don't know why this was happening. I think I figured out why the past couple streams, not just this one, have been going in and out, glitching up. For whatever reason, as it stands right now, I can't stream 60 frames per second at freaking 1080p. So I had to take off 60 frames and lower it down to 720p. If it can't even handle that, I'll have to stop the stream.